From Tierney Field in Glencoe, Maryland, welcome to the Maryland Lacrosse League semifinals, as we'll be here all day for both semifinals and the championship game here just outside of Towson, Maryland. I'm Tom Wilms. Alongside me is the founder of the league, Colin Fagan. Our first game is Shamrocks against the Coopers. Shamrocks are in the white and green, and they will control to start off, while the Coopers, they are the number one seed in the light blue. Again, thank you so much. A beautiful day here in suburban Baltimore here on Sports Fan Base Network. Just a couple of quick rules things in case you're not aware of the Maryland Lacrosse League in its first year of operation, right, Colin?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is our first year doing it. We have 10 teams in the league, and these next two games are going to feature the top 4 teams in the league, which will compete to reach our championship game.
And this is a brand new league here in Maryland, basically getting everybody together in the state. You know, you've had factions before as far as, county leagues. Mm-hmm. This brings everybody together. This is fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is kind of our mission to kind of just grow the game of lacrosse and kind of offer this championship atmosphere for the post-collegiate players.
Oh, nice pass and a bounce shot, and they're going to call that a goal. Nope, in the crease. A nice opportunity there, but unable to get the goal was Greg Fershman. Now, a lot of these players, like you mentioned, post-collegiate, so ranging anywhere from collegiate club all the way up to some Division I stuff.
Yeah, so we have some national champions here today. We'll see on the side of the ball for Shamrocks. Their defense is pretty good. They'll talk, and they'll be trying to stop the mids for Coopers, which I think are their strongest point.
So, again, underway. It's 12-minute running time quarters. NCAA rules are in effect, except for the shot clock. And conditioning is going to play a little bit of a role today.
Oh, yeah.
Because Shamrocks have already played. They beat the Skipjacks in the quarterfinals, rather.
Yeah. So I play on the Skipjacks. We lost 5-4 to them. Shamrocks came out firing, and their defense really showed out there. They were able to shut us down in the second half.
So in order to win this title, if you played this morning, you have to play 3 games today. As a shot from the outside goes high and wide, but it is backed up by the Coopers. Yeah.
So these Shamrock guys, to get to the championship, they had to play the early morning game. Coopers being the 1 seed, they got a bye. So if they win this game, they're in the championship.
So again, running time, 12-minute quarters. This game started at 2. Our next game will start at 3, and the championship will start at about 4:30. Nice pass out in front. That shot goes just wide as they can't get it to go. And we'll do our best to bring you the names and numbers as we move along.
Yeah. So
I'll tell you right now that some of the numbers and names don't quite match what I have.
Right, yeah. So this is a post-college league, so sometimes people end up getting new jerseys and stuff like that, but we'll try to do the best we can.
Now, bottom line is these guys get a chance to play.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit later in life. Not everybody in college gets to go play in the PAL or the MLL or the NLL.
Yeah. So this is kind of the opportunity on the East Coast for people to kind of play in this environment. We also have a 40-up group that's going to be playing at Hopkins on Homewood in about a month or so, and that should be special as well.
Nice look to the outside. Scores! Greg Fershman, one of the many Stevenson players, Stevenson being very much local.
Yeah. Coopers has a couple Stevenson middies that just seem to be able to move the ball and put it in the goal.
That's one advantage they'll certainly have is the fact that they played together collegiately, so now they can play together post-collegiately and get an opportunity to, again, just continue to grow the game, as they say.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And Maryland, of course, one of the hotbeds of lacrosse. I would say maybe the hotbed.
Oh, yeah.
You have
that's
Maryland,
like
you have Long Island.
Right. That's kind of the home of lacrosse, I feel like.
Well, here we are, the home of U.S. Lacrosse Hall of Fame.
Yeah. We got around 250 players in the league. Couldn't be more happy with how things are going.
So a 1-0 lead for the Coopers. 8:05 and counting in the first quarter. Again, running time, except if it's a close game at the end of the fourth. Last 3 minutes, I think is what you told me.
If it's within 3.
Then they'll stop the clock.
Mm-hmm.
So Coopers control again. Here's Brooks Beatty. We're in the interesting number of 309. Goes down to an 8, gets room, takes a shot off the pipe. A lot of hard work just to hit iron, but it is backed up by the Coopers. Chris Parks, bringing in far side. Another D3 player from Mitchell College. I like the fact that you guys have an over 40 league coming up. Gives guys like me hope.
Oh, yeah, right? Trying to create opportunities for everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
And, everyone just having a good time.
And there aren't a lot of these leagues. Again, if you look at the hierarchy of lacrosse, you have the two pro leagues right now.
Right, yeah.
And then you have all those high-level clubs like Duke's Lacrosse and a bunch of others.
Yeah, so we're trying to just make ourselves kind of the number one post-college league.
Greg Firstman with another great opportunity. Makes it 2-0 for the Coopers.
Well, hey, it sounds good. I'm going to step back down and make sure everything's going well, but it was a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll be up in a little bit.
Oh, good to see you. Thanks so much. Great to have Colin Fagan up here to give us kind of an insight, and he'll be back a couple more times to considering he's helping run the tournament. He's got work to do, so we'll do our best to fill in the gaps while he is not here. 2-0 lead for the Coopers. 6:30 and counting left to go in the first quarter. By the way, one timeout. I think it's one timeout per half. Again, it's going to go quick, running time, and there's maybe a 2-minute break in between quarters and halftime as well. We're going to try to keep things on schedule with the second game coming up at 3 o'clock and the final coming up at 4:30. Got to give both teams a chance to take a break. As here's Firstman again, swims his way through, gets his hands free, takes a shot, and a nice save. Goalie doesn't know where it is, but it is controlled by the Coopers. Again, they lead 2-0. Nice cross-crease pass, but not able to control was Firstman. Chases it down. Diving slash attempt by Tim McLaughlin. Comes on back. Right in front. Oh, quick stick and off the crossbar. Great opportunity out in front as flags fly. Picked up here by Mark Whipple. Former D1 player looks out in front. Still sitting loose at the crease and finally scooped up by McLaughlin. We'll have our first man-up situation. It'll be a 1 minute. Oh, sorry, 30-second call. Loose ball push.
30-second push. Coopers man up.
So the hard work by the Coopers with 5:25 left to go in the first quarter turns into a man-up opportunity. Greg Firstman has both goals for the Coopers. Number one seed coming in. These top four teams that have survived here to the semifinals are very evenly matched. Firstman again to the outside. Picked up here by Mark Whipple. Whipple around behind the Cajun X. Tries near side. Back up top. Nice fake. Gets his hands free. Left-handed shot. It's kicked away by the keeper, Payne. Patrick Payne, former D2 player of the University of District of Columbia. Being forced to work hard here as all of the pressure has been put on the Shamrocks so far. Nice look to the crease, but over the head of Beatty. Comes over the center line. And it will be an over and back violation. It'll be Shamrock's ball as we are back to full and even strength of both teams. Chance for some extended time offensively for the Shamrocks. We only haven't had a chance to talk about them offensively. Here's Stuart West to scoop up. West over now for Tieste. Now back behind. Here's Travis Vines. Over now. Stuart West will start it off. Tries the near side for Stolzenberg. Tieste back behind at X. Being looked at there by Robert Baker. 3:46 to go in the first quarter. 2-0 Coopers. Nice look towards the crease, but it gets away. Loose ball near side. And nice sweep check there by Firstman. And possible fast break the other way. But good stick check, and it's controlled here by the Shamrocks again. Two number fours out there for the Shamrocks. We'll do our best to kind of figure out who is who. So here's West. Yeah, I think there's a couple of number 85s for the Coopers as well. So, as mentioned earlier by Colin Fagan, the founder, guys switching jerseys. Making it a challenge for broadcasters. It's back up top. They'll try near side for West. Nice look to the crease. Turnaround shot. Nice kick away by the keeper. Mark Willis, formerly out of Chesapeake High School, making the save. Taken here by Whipple. And he'll backpedal his way in. Now back up top for Firstman. Tries the far side over the head. And it will be Shamrock's ball with 2:32 to go here in the first quarter. So for those who are watching, unable to be here, and those who are playing and watching the replay, I do apologize if we get names mixed up with numbers. There are some duplicates that we may or may not have. This is Sean Doherty. Back now for Tieste. Doherty once again, looking for the cross crease. Tieste once again, down to 2:05 to go in the first. 2-0 in favor of the Coopers. Behind here, Tieste. Behind the back pass, looking for Vines. He chases it down back behind. Travis Vines being harassed. Trying to get through Dominic Floyd. Comes out in front. Nice save. Still loose. And eventually scooped up by Willis, the keeper. Outlets to the far side. Justin Bass will give it a go. The long pole. Nice look. Maybe looking for the return pass. Behind the back pass. A little bit too fancy away from Frischman. And he will slow it down. 1:25 and counting to go. Frischman will direct some traffic. 2-0 Coopers. This is the semifinal. The first semifinal of the day. And don't go anywhere, because the breaks will be relatively quick. I'll have enough time to have a drink of water. That's about it. Nice look up front. Pass a little high. So under a minute to go here in the first. Winds up, fires, and that goes wide, but it is backed up. And it'll stay Cooper's ball. 45 seconds and counting to go here in the first quarter. Nice look around, trying to get the shot off, but it was high. Sweeping in Whipple. Try the one-handed. He gets bodied off. It's lifted out of play, and now the decision needs to be made. It will be Cooper's ball. 30 seconds to go. Restart as it's lifted back behind the X. Nice look for a cutter. Pop towards the cage, jumping up and making the stop was Patrick Payne. He's trying to cover it up while in the crease. It is a crease violation, and it will be Shamrock's ball with 11 seconds to go, so we'll have to get it going quickly. Home run pass towards the crease. Still loose with 2 seconds. Got to turn around and shoot. He does it. It goes just wide. Travis Vines had the opportunity, but just could not get it to go. So after 1 quarter of play, we'll take a quick break. It's 2-0 Coopers as you're watching the Sports Fan Base Network's coverage of the Maryland Lacrosse League. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from Tierney Field in Glencoe, Maryland. We're about to start the second quarter of our first semifinal here in the Maryland Lacrosse League. The Coopers leading the Shamrocks by a score of 2-0. Thanks so much for joining us on a warm but a very nice afternoon here in suburban Baltimore. We've only had a couple of draws. We've only had a couple of goals. It is the Coopers in blue. Shamrocks are in white. Coopers both goals coming out of the cross of Greg Frischman. Clean draw win, though, for the Shamrocks. So trying to get something rolling here. Vines will back off. Correction, this is Mike Sears. Now gets it over to his number 6, Vines. Again, 2 number 4s for the Shamrocks. Trying to challenge the broadcaster, it seems. Nice look over here from Rabham, but pass was low. Good help coming over. And Shamrocks trying to get something rolling here offensively. Here's Sears. Sears gets the pick. Oh, they're going to call it moving. That was close as Jason Rabham just couldn't keep his feet still. So we go the other way. Chance for a fast break after the quick restart. Nice look to the crease. Low 2-on-1, but unable to get a pass across. .11:05 and counting to go in the second. A 2-0 Coopers lead. Shamrocks possession. Long passing up ahead. And plenty of room as it seems like the Coopers are settling inside the restraining box. Not really chasing outside all that much. Again, mentioned during the open and early part of the game that playing multiple games in a day, you want to rest when you can. So maybe not so much fast breaks, maybe not too much in the way of pressure D. Just settle in to that 6-man box. So here's Tieste. Stutter steps and sweeps to the right. Takes a shot and it goes high. But it is backed up by the Shamrocks. They'll maintain possession with 10 minutes, 13 seconds and counting to go in the second quarter. Back up now for Sears. Stutter step now for Rabham. Slows down, looks to the crease, deflected. Everybody chasing back behind. Looks like Vines got tripped up. And it goes out of play, so no call on the trip, and it will be Cooper ball. Pressuring the inbound. Flags fly as spinning away is Dominic Floyd. And just two officials, but right on top of the action are the two pink-clad referees. Ball down, but comes to the near side for Whipple. A lot of room in front of him. 3-on-3. Sweeps to his right. Wards. As that ball's down, but no possession just yet. It's finally scooped up by McLaughlin. We'll have our second man-up situation. So Coopers will go on the man up for the second time. And clock continues to roll. Under 9 minutes to go here in the second. Did not see who the infraction's on. I think it was on Stolzenberg. He looks like he's coming in. But it is a man up. Shot from the outside. No, it's a pass back behind. Nice look. Back up top. Shot. Big save there by Payne. He's been busy. Throw to the crease. Turnaround shot fake. Goes high, goes low. Nice pass across. Fakes low. Goes high, and he scores. Mark Willis. I believe. Let's make sure of the number. But with 8:15 and counting to go here in the second, it's 3-0 Coopers on the man-up goal.
Coopers man-up goal. With 8 minutes in the second quarter, the score Coopers 3, Shamrocks 0.
It didn't seem like the PA announcer got the goal score as well. Might have been Whipple. I said Willis because I thought I saw an 11, but couldn't be. He's in goal. So we'll give it to Whipple for now, unofficially. 7:45 and counting. We'll have to go here in the second quarter. It's been all Coopers so far. They lead 3-0. This could be big for them if they can get themselves a nice large lead and kind of coast to the end, just conserve some energy. That could be very important. They'll win the draw eventually. Furshman moves in. Dropped off. Juggled. Nice little spin move. Furshman again takes a shot and he scores. Third goal for Furshman. And it's now 4-0 Coopers.
Coopers goal, score number 85. His third goal of the game.
So Greg Furshman, the former Stevenson Mustang, gets the hat trick. A 4-0 lead, and not only will conditioning play some role here. Again, obviously keep in mind that these are not full-time lacrosse players. Taking a look at the bench for the Coopers, there's only a couple of reserves, including a backup keeper. So they are really going to have to try to conserve energy if they want to play again and play well at 4:30 for the final. So here come the Shamrocks. First opportunity for them on a fast break, but the pass gets away. And just like that, Cooper's ball. Heading down to 6:14 to go here in the second quarter. 4-0 Coopers. Long pass across. And a few of those long passes for the Coopers that haven't quite worked out. You want to try to shorten those up. And stepping inside. A pass gets away here from Zachary Clark. And it'll be an over and back violation. Quick restart for the Shamrocks, but right into a double team. So they'll settle it down. Long pass up ahead into traffic. Comes free to the near side. Low 3-on-1. Trying to get a shot off, but a stick check from behind. Scott Stolzenberg couldn't control. Picked up again. Bounced towards the cage. Easy save, but flags fly. So looks like it'll be a man-up opportunity for the Shamrocks.
On blue, Shamrocks man-up opportunity.
There's going to be a 1-minute slash. I'm guessing that time, since it's a running clock, the time will start once the play begins. As we're under 5 minutes to go. We'll just do our best to keep an eye on the manpower. So Shamrocks, their best opportunity to get on the board, trailing 4-0. It'd be huge if they can pick up 1 or 2 here late. Make it a more realistic scoreline. 4-0, it still isn't bad. But that 0 looms large. Nice look up top. They try that miracle pass underneath for Vines. A big little push there from Stuart West. Could have really decked him. That's one thing. You'll see some physical contact in this game, but not nearly as intense at the higher level, simply because these guys, I think they all understand. Everyone has a day job. No reason to lay anybody out. As that'll just about do it for the man up for the Shamrocks. So they're 0 for 1. Still 4-0 Coopers. Firstman being looked at by West. West staying with him. A little surprised at the extended D, but down 4-0, getting late in the second quarter. Shamrocks may have no choice but to push. Brooks Beatty, another Stevenson product, will take it inside the restraining box. Nice look to the crease. Oh, shot just wide. Fancy play there between the legs. You might see some of that little mustard being put on things as we get to a higher score line. I'm sure Shamrocks hoping that doesn't happen, as they will get possession. They would love to stay into this game, as trailing official is going to change the call. It's going to be Cooper ball. Tough break for the Shamrocks. They trail again 4-0 with 3:07 and counting to go here in the second. Firstman, the hero so far. He's got 3 goals, looking for 4, and it goes just wide, but backed up by the Coopers. And no reason for the Coopers to rush, up by 4. Nice look to the crease. Shot, score! Unable to regroup was Patrick Payne. So that makes it a 5-0 game.
Coopers goals scored by number 14.
That's looks like it's Eddie McKinnon who gets the goal. So 5-0 Coopers. And a game, well, it's just been dominated by the Coopers very simply. They've won most of the draws, limiting their turnovers. The Shamrocks in some desperation, trying some of these passes into traffic. That'll always get you into trouble. Draw 1 by the Coopers again. We're under 2 minutes to go. A little spin move there by Zachary Clark. He throws a bit of a slash down on everybody, and it's picked up. And we have a man down here for the Shamrocks. Flags fly, and they're going to stop play. Yeah, number 44 for the Shamrocks, don't have his name, but he is down after that scramble. And I don't think that's what the foul was. Flag flew about 10 seconds later. So they will keep an eye on him as he does get to his feet. Thankfully, he's all right. Let's see what the infraction will be. It'll be a 1-minute slash. So it'll be a man up for the Shamrocks. Their second man up. They're 0 for 1. Clock continues to roll, by the way. I'm sure the Shamrocks are arguing, hey, it's an injury. Can we get a stop of the clock? But the rules are pretty simple. I guess if it was an extended lull in play, they could stop the clock. So late here in the second quarter, a chance here for the Shamrocks to finally get on the board, trailing 5-0. Nice look back. You can give it a lot of room up top. But now that extends the box a little bit. Down to 14 seconds. Look to the crease. Again, they're trying to force it into the traffic. And finally picked up. Now some room with 4 seconds left. Shot on the side of the cage. And it'll be a crease violation, and that'll end the first half. So 24 minutes in the books. And it's 5-0 Coopers. We'll take a quick break. Get ready to go for third quarter action. You're watching the Maryland Lacrosse League semifinals here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from Tierney Field in Glencoe, Maryland. Third quarter action has begun. The Maryland Lacrosse League semifinals. It's been all Coopers in this one. A 5-0 advantage. 3 goals coming out of the cross of Greg Furshman. Tom Williams here. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Sports Fanbase Network. As Furshman will control. Again, 2 number 85s. I think Furshman is the 85 without sleeves. He's the one scoring. But we are definitely working on getting correct numbers and names, especially for the finals. Especially looks like Coopers are on their way there. So once again, I am joined by the founder of the Maryland Lacrosse League, Colin Fagan. Colin, thanks so much for stepping up.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for coming out. Beautiful day. Looks like right now Coopers is taking care of business. Shamrocks are actually my team that I started 7-8 years ago before I even started this league. So I'm rooting for them right now. Let's see if they come back and make it a game.
Well, they're having some trouble. I mean, their biggest issue seems to be turnovers. They're forcing these passes to the crease. And
right.
Again, Coopers are doing a great job of just collapsing onto the crease and not allowing an easy ingress and an easy opportunity on cage. I mean, shots on goal right now.
Right,
pretty much indicative of the score, 5-0. Shot
Yeah.
from the outside goes high and wide by Whipple. But it does seem like the Coopers are just one step ahead in this one so far, a little bit more organized. But the challenge for them, as I mentioned it during the second quarter, is they've only got 3 guys on the bench now. So they're gonna want to go up big and then kind of relax.
Right, like try to take care of business, and then they got that championship game at 4:30.
But Shamrocks want to ruin that party and try to get back into this game. But again,
right, yeah. So third quarter, there's still time. Hopefully, we can get 1 or 2 this quarter and see what happens.
Looks like we have a stall warning. Nice look through the crease, but the pass a little bit too high for Kent. Actually, that's Eddie McKinnon, the attackman out of Navy. Bit of a double team. Back up top. To the long pole. Long shot scores. A rocket from Zachary Clark. His first of the game, now 6-0 Coopers.
Coopers goal scored by number.
Love seeing those long stick middies just kind of wind up.
Yeah, right. The grip it and rip it type thing, if they can get it on cage,
The only thing better is when the defenseman kind of comes in from his own zone. Because he doesn't get the opportunity. You can even see
in their eyes.
Or you can see it through the mask.
You just know.
As a goalie myself, I never got that opportunity, unfortunately. But, man, I would have loved just one. Just give me one.
Right, yeah. Well, maybe we'll get a goalie scoring a goal in the championship game today.
6-0 lead for Coopers. 9-11 and counting to go here in the third quarter. And right now, for the Shamrocks, they need to win these draws and just kind of get on a run here. It starts with 1. Jesse Hoffman could not quite scoop it up. And controlled here by Furshman. Furshman with some legs. Behind the back shot that goes just wide. But backed up by the Coopers. Yes, maybe not as exciting for the viewers at home. Expect the Coopers to slow things down. As far as, okay, it's out of play, I'll walk and go get it.
Yeah,
there's plenty of backup balls, but they'll grab the one that's furthest away.
Right,
as long as the official doesn't yell at them.
Using the time to their advantage.
Not only to win this game, this is popped towards the cage with a nice save by Payne. Payne trying to jumpstart the offense.
Yeah, another cool thing about having you guys out today is a lot of these guys that played, 20 years ago or so, they've never been on TV or had a live stream or anything like that. It kind of gives them the footage. So, maybe there's some jitters on the Shamrock side as they try to get things going.
I know in my collegiate years in the 90s, you either were in the championship game on ESPN or you didn't see TV at all.
Right, yeah,
Or you had to play indoor and take a beating in that sport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's see if these guys can work it around. I'm looking at number 9, Corey Testy on the far side to be kind of the leader for Shamrock to try to get something going.
Jason Rabham lost possession, trying to squeeze his way through. And here come the Coopers with 7:20 to go in the third. Look to the crease, but out of the reach of Furshman. And that's not a shot, that's a pass, so it'll be Shamrock ball. Couldn't have asked for better weather for this. Low 90s, not incredibly humid.
Right, a lot of people drinking water, staying hydrated on the sideline. Each team has their own trainer for today, which I think helps, I've seen a lot of guys with ice, kind of icing down their bodies, rusting up.
Especially playing multiple games. Ooh, that could have been over and back, but they decided against it. Stuart West trying to sneak his way in. And controlled here by Brandon Lentz. Hearing some new names being called for the Shamrocks, trying to get more guys involved, just trying to find maybe a hot hand here. Jay Vergs, listed as a defenseman, but working as a midi right now. He'll try to power his way in, draws a double team. Can't get free, then does. And then forced to the outside. That's good defensive work. Helped by Robert Baker. Shot from the outside, that goes wide. Now we're seeing something here with the Coopers. Shutouts are very, very rare in a quarter in lacrosse, but right now it's a shutout through 2. Maybe the keeper for the Coopers and Mark Willis, maybe he's thinking, I could do something pretty impressive here, put a goose egg up. Actually, it's Christopher Petrish who's now in goal. I think it's a goaltender change for the Coopers. So originally, we had it as Mark Willis. So Christopher Petrish in goal, former D3 player. Outletted now for Furshman. He very easily could start a fast break here, but up 6-0. And most likely having to play a championship game. Let's be smart. Tries to dump it towards the crease. Still loose, trickling towards the line, but scooped up by Patrick Payne.
Yeah, and so I'm also doing a live feed with our Instagram page, Watched Up Lax Bros today.
Nice.
Just like to thank you for kind of coming out
absolutely.
here. U.S. Lacrosse headquarters. We got our semifinal game here. Beautiful day. Coopers has the lead right now, and we'll see what happens. I'm also doing a live feed.
Well, not only growing the game, but growing the Maryland Lacrosse League. Let's get it out there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you said earlier there's about 10 teams right now?
Yeah, 10 teams. We're having a second summer session where we're going to be up to 12 teams. We have our 40 guys that just started play last week. Fun to see them running around.
I can relate to that being in my 40s. Shot from the outside, they score. Furshman's 4th of the game.
Yeah, and he seems on fire. I know that for our All-Star game, he was one of the All-Stars that was selected by Coopers. We kind of gave each team the opportunity to vote 3 or 4 players in, so that should be a fun day as well.
And when is that? That's coming up at Annapolis.
Yeah, so that'll be at Navy Stadium at the Naval Academy, July 20th. I think there's 43 players that were selected. The teams will kind of be divided to make it fun and fair. And then after the game, we have a tailgate with some beers and other stuff that was donated from our sponsors, Eastsiders. It's Austin Eastsiders, Old Line Spirits. They have some other stuff. So, yeah, it should be a good time.
And that's in conjunction with an MLL game going on.
Yeah, so after that tailgate, everyone's ticket includes the Bayhawks New York Lizards game, and they have fireworks for the kids later in the night. So it should just be a family fun day.
That is a great opportunity for the league to get some notice from the other MLL.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fun working together with them, They've been a great help in kind of helping us spread the word, and we're just happy to be a part of that.
So, again, what was that date again? And
July 20th.
July 20th.
All-Star game's at 4. The pro game is at, I think, around 7 o'clock.
All right. Shot from the outside. That goes well wide by Sean Doherty. 7-0 lead for the Coopers. Down to 3:05 left to go in the third quarter. So Coopers have just about punched their ticket to the championship game, as right now the Shamrocks just do not have an answer. They're being forced to the outside. Again, this is something to keep an eye on for the finals. The Coopers have done such a brilliant job defensively.
Yeah, and we see that the Shamrocks won 5-4 earlier today. Maybe they're kind of tired, That's when having the bye kind of comes into play.
It'll be very interesting later on. Oh, that falls out of the cross of Furshman.
So it'll be interesting for the next game, the Eastsiders and McFalls. Eastsiders haven't played yet, and they have the late game. If they win, they play 30 minutes later to the championship. Will that be a factor as well?
So heading down to 2:14 to go. Oh, giving away out in front. Oh, tried to go between his legs over the top. Well, when you're up 7-0, you can try fun stuff like that. But it will stay 7-0.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
And at the end of it all, just trying to grow the game here in Maryland.
Yeah, that's always been our mission from the start.
The keeper will come out. Yes, Petrish. Doesn't get too crazy, though, as he dumps it up ahead. Yeah, Baltimore has certainly had their fair share of professional lacrosse. Again, talk about the Bayhawks. They had the Thunder back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
The Bombers for a short time as well over at DuPage. And you just take a look at all the college teams in the area. Towson, Hopkins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Maryland.
many players that come out of Maryland, and all the rich history of the teams around here.
And now 2 minutes ago here in the third quarter, 7-0 Coopers. And they're keeping an eye on the clock. Officials want to keep the play moving, but they also, I'm sure they understand the situation. So once they get inside the restraining box, which they don't want to possess inside because they can feel a potential stall warning, but no, they decide against it. Look out in front. Oh, good stick check. It's McLaughlin able to put the hammer down. Now with 35 seconds to go, see if the Shamrocks can get on the board here. Long pass up ahead. They'll set something up. Oh, look from behind, and dropping Lacrosse was Vergs. And with 15 seconds left, an opportunity for the Coopers. Passes low, but received well. Comes out in front. It goes just high. And let's see what we have here. They're just going to go to the end of the quarter, it looks like, with only 2 seconds left. That's it. Three quarters in the books. Coopers, a 7-0 lead. We'll take a quick break. Back with fourth quarter action in a moment as you're watching the Maryland Lacrosse League on the Sports Fan Base Network. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from Glencoe, Maryland. Tierney Field, to be exact. Beautiful facility at the U.S. Lacrosse Hall of Fame. Let's walk inside and check things out. And if you are ever in the Maryland area, make sure you come on out. It's a nice little stadium as well. As we are about to start fourth quarter action. Clock's already started running. A 7-0 scoreline. And I don't think either team is really complaining. Again, Coopers have to play again in the final if they can hang on. Shamrocks would love to come back 7-0, but just not working out. This nice little quick stick goes just wide. And a 7-0 lead for the Coopers. Greg Fershman with 4 of the goals to really set the tone. Bobby Patterson sweeps his way in, takes a shot, and he scores. Bobby Patterson able to go 5-hole and make it an 8-0 game with 8:40 and counting to go here in the fourth quarter. Once again, I want to thank the founder of the Maryland Lacrosse League, Colin Fagan, for joining me when he gets a chance. Not only did he play in the quarterfinals this morning, he's helping, of course, run this tournament and run this league. Brand new here in Maryland.
The Coopers goal scored by number 12, Bobby.
10 teams so far, but they are looking for more. I'm sure. Always looking to expand and grow the game here in Maryland. So an 8-0 lead for Coopers, and they are, again, barring a goal-a-minute pace of the Shamrocks, they are on their way to the championship game coming up at about 4:30. So the good news is since they played first, they'll have a very good break before they have to play in the championship. That's an advantage they'll have over the second semifinal. But there is going to be a half an hour break or so in between the two games, the second semifinal and the championship game. So it's not going to be like, well, you just won game one. You've got to turn around and win and play game two for a championship against a well-rested team. Down to 7:25 to go here in the fourth. Flags fly. Not sure what that was about. Didn't see anything all that physical. Shot from the outside. Bounces wide by Doherty. And it will be a Shamrocks man up. They're third of the game, 0 for 2, and they've just had a lot of trouble getting anything going. Again, it's a warm day. Temperatures in the low 90s, probably the heat index going near the upper. And again, having to play their second game of the day. They actually opened the tournament, at least this morning. So it's a bit of a challenge. Good job here by Vines to keep it alive. I'd like to see the Shamrocks get on the board here, down 8-0. Get a positive end to their experience today. Shot low, that goes wide, and it is backed up by the Shamrocks. Nice look there from Vergs. And they've had their opportunities. The man up is over. Shamrocks 0 for 3. Coopers are 1 for 2. Look towards the crease for Vines, but it's deflected away. A big pile up. And they'll have a withholding call. And it will be Cooper's ball. We're under 6 minutes to go. So here's Freshman to take it up ahead. Actually, correction. Freshman is the number 85 without sleeves. He's on the bench right now. We don't have the second number 85. Apologies for that. As it gets away. And trying to tiptoe and reach there was Sears. But just out of his reach. The clock will continue as it's done the entire game. Brooks Beatty wearing 3:09 for the Coopers. We'll take it inside the restraining box. Looking for a little one-on-one play. A little wrap check. Nice spin move. Now cut underneath. Hard work. Nice look to the crease. Shot, they score. Eddie McKinnon's second of the game. That makes it 9-0 Coopers. And they have dominated from the jump as Beatty will get the assist. And a dominant performance here from the Coopers as they are just 4:30 away from going to the title game. I just noticed they added a third official. The standard 3 officials are now out there. When we started the game, I think we only had 2 out there. Be a late arrival. I know I hit a ton of traffic coming down from the Philly area. Coopers will control once again. They have, again, dominated in every single facet of the game, including the face-off X. I mean, top of my head, I can recall maybe 2 draw wins. And it looks like an infraction against the Coopers. They might have called a stall warning. And since it left the restraining box, it'll be a Shamrock ball. Look towards the crease, but unable to pick up cleanly was Vines. Stolzenberg picks up. And he'll settle it down for the Shamrocks. To the crease. Turnaround shot by Vines goes wide. But it is backed up by the Shamrocks. 3:14 to go in the fourth. And remember, don't go anywhere. It'll be a short break between games. We'll start at 3 o'clock for our second semifinal. As the flag flies, we're going to go a slash here. And Vergs will control. Goes back behind. Down to 2:45 to go. Looking to the crease, but no help. Now back up top. Shot from the outside. Goes wide by Stuart West. And now it'll be another man-up opportunity here for the Shamrocks. They are 0 for 3. It'll be a 1-minute slash. as the clock continues to run at 2:22 to go here in the fourth quarter. Started up on the far side by the Shamrocks, all the way back up top. Here's Vergs. Tries to step up and fire, and an easy save by Petrish, and he'll outlet the other way. Furshman steps up with speed. All just dropped out of his cross, shields it well, tried to soccer it along, and eventually the loose ball picked up. And controlled here by McLaughlin. Tries a long pass to the near side for Tieste. Still on the man up the next few seconds. Ducks through, tries to get a shot, already scores!
Goal, Shamrocks.
Corey Tieste gets the Shamrocks on the board late here in the fourth quarter. It's 9-1 Coopers. And looks like we will have a timeout called by the Coopers. This might be just to rest up a little bit. Maybe a change in personnel. With 1:14 left to go here in the fourth, 9-1 Coopers. We'll take a quick break. Back in a moment here on the Sports Fanbase Network. .114 to go, fourth quarters. We come to you from Tierney Field. This is our first semifinal here in the Maryland Lacrosse League. It's been all Coopers, leading 9-1. Shamrocks have just scored. And a timeout called by the Coopers to kind of regroup and get ready to play this last chunk of the game before they get ready for the championship coming up at about 4:30. But don't go anywhere, as we'll have our second semifinal coming up at 3 o'clock. Eastsiders against McFalls. And controlled here by Coopers. So we are down to the last minute. Bobby Patterson fakes the pass and throws it across, but a little bit out of reach of Mark Whipple. Goes out of play. And it will be Shamrock ball. Jeffrey Dickens will scoop up with the long pole. 40 seconds left to go. See if the Shamrocks can end with a run. They got the last goal. Sears all the way back behind. Switches. Looking for help out in front. Can't get the pass to Rabham. And controlled here by the Coopers. And they may just run this out with 20 seconds to go. They'll get inside the restraining box. Stay to the outside. Pass here for Whipple. 10 seconds left. He's going to start something. Moves in. Fires. And off the outside of the net with 5 seconds left. One last looping pass towards the crease. Shot between the legs blocked, and that'll do it. The Coopers are going to the championship game as they defeat the Shamrocks. Final score of 9-1. Coming up in just a few minutes. We'll start at about 3 o'clock. McFalls against Eastsiders in our second semifinal. We'll take a break until then. You're watching the Maryland Lacrosse League on the Sports Fanbase Network.